It's the hostess with the mostest, Makeeta Modell, and it is A Key with Makeeta, a vibrant informational podcast that interviews the world's movers and shakers, trailblazers, and innovators across various fields. Through this key session, you will gain insight and inspiration from creatives that are shaping our world today. I got the tea, baby, and it's hot. You ready? It's A Key with Makeeta. Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Makeeta Modell, and welcome to A Key with Makeeta. And we are here today with multifaceted, creative Tetpawav Soley. And I would love for him to let you guys know a little bit about himself as he's joining us here on A Key with Makeeta. Hello, sir.
Thank you, Makeeta, for having me. And I always go with that to tell people that I'm just a human, behind all of this. So I don't go by the title. I go by being a human as everybody else, but pursue my purpose and follow what I'm here for. That's pretty much it. And thank you so much for having me. And thank everyone for watching.
No problem. So when I met you at Art Basel in Miami at Brightline, I saw you first, and then we talked about your art. So just to tap in a little bit more about you being so multifaceted, tell us a little bit of the things that you have your fingers and hands into.
From what I can recall or remember, I do kite making, um, I do painting, I do graphic, and I do a little bit of not a little bit of fashion. So I'm to the fashion industry as well. So I also dancing. I do my dancing and create my own little workout too as well. So anything that has to be with creativity, once it's come, that's it.
I love the fact that you are such a creative. You have a rich and diverse background as a painter, musician, spoken word performer. So can you share a little bit about your journey and how upbringing in Haiti has shaped your artistic vision?
Going up to this beautiful country, Haiti, art was in every corner that I can't remember, and I had a chance to see in my early age a guy that was painting a huge painting with a lot of beautiful colors. Since then, it just kicked me with something that I said, wow, I want to know how to do that. Without knowing, later on, the guy was a part of my family. Since then, I attached myself with creativity, being a dancer, doing kite at an early age. Uh, any traditional type of art that involved in the culture, I was a part of it. Since then, I married myself into the art world, and that's it. That's pretty much it.
I love that. So, with your family influences, you mentioned a little bit about your background and upbringing in Haiti. So, let's talk about your parents and what they taught you in regards to standing up for what you believe in. How has that played into your upbringing and your artistic direction as well?
My parents, my mom's and my father, in the forefront of my life, was always be a guidance of how to be humble and being aware of things have to be, all right? I would say that things have to be better regardless. Like I said in the very beginning, as we were off the mic, I said it has to be good. We have to make the best out of anything that we have, because we, the problem solver, we the creator of what we want life to be. So since then, I attached to that philosophy and then become a way of life, become a part of who I am. So you won't see me without the humbleness of become what I wanted to be and want life to speak to me gently.
I like that. So you talk about being humble. We know with being humble, it comes with a little bit of struggle. What gets you to understand that
Yes,
humility and
yes.
standing in that. So let's talk about your struggles and the resilience that inspired you to continue to go forth in your artistic endeavors and pursuits and life motto of a lot of everything has to be and it has to be good. So what have you went through in your struggles that actually helped you move towards that and that humbleness?
I'm gonna follow up with one the thing that I just said in the previous answer. It's problem solve. Creativity is not only being a painter, being a dancer, being any form of a talented artist. It's also problem solver. To resolve problem, you have to think about it. To maintain the situation, to know how to get out of it. With that, I would say the struggle is every part of life in every day. So remain consciously aware of what you're going through, help you understand a better way to get out of it. So with that structure that I have from the very early age in my stage, I understand that I need to remain myself and be myself in any situation and accept the outcome as well. It's
I
pretty much.
like that, of being yourself in any situation and accepting the outcome.
Yeah.
With those two models of being yourself and accepting the outcome, I noticed with the actual artwork that I was able to see at the Bright Line Art Bezel event, it kind of gave you, like, innately, as looking at you, as I look at the artwork and then looked at you, it kind of like you were exuding all over the artwork. So with those two mottos, how do you place that inside of your artwork to where you don't lose you always keep you in everything that you do, and you're so multifaceted? How do you stick to that in so many things?
I don't think I have a better way to explain that by being simply understand the process of me to that creativity and the connection that I have with what I created. Because sometimes with the creative world, you tend to lose patience, all right? So
Mm.
then within patience, you understand how much passionate you are and you need to become so you can reflect consciously what you're doing, whether through your style, the way you will break down what it means to you, or the question they've been asking you. So it's relevant to me. Are these artwork? Uh, every time I'm done with it, I feel I belong to it. I'm a part of it too as well.
I like that. So let's talk about the kite making, because you did stress about kite making
Yeah, sure.
when we spoke. So you have kite making workshops. You run the Pefwav. What is it? Am I
Yeah,
saying this right? Pefwav
yeah.
kites.
Make Poivre cap. Poivre,
Pav Cop
yes.
kites making workshops. So can you tell us a little bit about the initiative and how it blends with your actual art and education?
Poivre cap kite making workshop is a traditional art and craft teach kids the concept of math. To that
Mm.
ID, we do the skeleton, which including measurements, geometry, and the artistry behind it that help you create your own unique kite.
That's
Then you get to uh, do the navigation, which is the physic, which is part of the technology that we do to fly
Mhm.
the kite, and also you become a creator that enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, and as you learn as much as about the kite, and you get to know all the science and the art that mix behind or hiding between that great fun element that we do to enjoy ourselves. So you get to fly a kite that you make, which is good.
That is super cool for one. I haven't flown a kite since I was a kid, but I
Okay.
didn't think about how math and geometry goes together with creating a kite. Didn't even think about that. That of course you want all lines to be measurable and make sure that it flies and can take on air. So that is a very creative way to get kids to learn and actually be receptive to math and geometry. That is amazing. Thank
Yeah,
you for that.
you're welcome. Thank you so
And
much.
Todd hits so we have an amazing photo of you doing that as of right now. Do you
Yeah.
guys have any events or any workshops coming up?
We have a few coming up, so we have not had the date, but we have one coming pretty soon. I would say for springtime as usual, because we always have one in springtime. So it's going to be in the DMV area coming
Okay.
soon. So you guys will know about it.
Yay! Do you have like a limit on how many kids that you accept, or is there any prerequisites that anybody needs to know about to get their child in it?
Basically, as we work as a team, so the coordinator or the people that in charge of creating those type of event, we do it from 25 uh, up to, we'll say, the 50 kids, but sometimes we do tens and more. We go to
Okay.
25 to 50. So it's depend, the venue and how long we want it, because sometimes we do it for 2 days because we have to do the prep work, then get them ready to fly the kite. So it's two different kind of setting.
Got
Workshop to build the kite, then ready to fly the kite.
Okay, I
Yeah,
like that. That is super cool. So I also know you have STEAM, STEAM, right?
yeah, yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about that and what that acronym represents and means.
Uh, Directly, it's the science behind making the kite involve technology, math, science, and the artistry. So the skeleton itself, it's the science where we do the engineering by measure every part of the kite, and there is the base, the motor, and the brain. So while we done with that and cover do the artistry and everything else, you get the kite ready to know where to put the tails, all right, and then how to navigate the brain of the kite, so you
Mhm.
get directly to the technology, which is the physics that will help you fly the kite, and that's how you enjoy and get to know that it's not only a fun part, but it's also a STEAM activities that involve those four elements doing it.
Oh, okay. Understand. So why do you believe that using art like kite making can be an efficient way to engage the youth in science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics?
I believe Poav Cap, excuse me, a kite workshop is a part of engineering, science, art, and math, because the structure itself give you the basic understanding of geometry, all right, art and technology, and
Mhm.
also as a way to create uh, the whole process of making the kite is the science behind it. So
Mhm.
you need the math to create the skeleton, as I said, and you also need to know how to type, every corner,
Mhm.
right? So then how to design whatever you want to create the kite to look like, then get ready to fly it, which is hard to attach the thread to the brain and the tail to
Mhm.
get ready to fly. So therefore it is automatically STEAM activities, and that emphasize and excitement for the youth to get participated and become a kite maker as well.
Yeah, that is like again to not even thinking that they're adding all of these things
Yeah.
into type making, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and that they're excited, like you said, to do it, to see it fly, to actually see it catch air and stay up there. They are enthusiastic about learning, and you don't even put two and that two those two together. That
Yeah,
is
it's a spontaneous. It's after you're done, you realize that, wow, okay, so look at all that shape. Like we have
yeah.
basic cap, we do like if it's a five stick that has seven triangle, so three in the bottom and four in the top, and we also have a chart where we show people the base, the motor, and the brain. Like all of these is the science behind how to build a skeleton
Mhm.
and add up to everything else that you need to have your kite fly. You know?
That is awesome. That is so great to get kids excited through actual
Yeah.
activities, educational activities
Yes, it
that we
is.
used to do every day. Like again,
Yeah,
kite
without knowing it. You know,
kite making and kite flying was not that educational to me. So to know that it was a purpose behind all of that now as I'm older, you might be onto something, sir. You might be onto something. So let's talk about a little bit of more your artistic philosophy on things, right? You say art
mhm.
is a remedy. So, with that being said, if art is a remedy, can you elaborate on what it means to you and how it reflects in your life that art is a remedy?
Um, the word remedy means, for a lot of us, healing. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so the process of create, it's to pick and choose uh, the good part of our countries that make us feel, that we kind of like resolve or we healing a part of our soul or our conscious by creating things. So healing for me, it's the whole process of making it, and
Mm-hmm.
and then finally come to an end to see like, wow, let's say I'm creating a piece of artwork that take 2 years. All right. So it's like I'm taking a dosage of medicine little by little until I get to the process of healing myself. So creating inspiration or make it like a spontaneously or freestyle or abstract, it becomes a healing process for me because by doing so, I feel great about myself, and I feel like I do understand the communication that I have within my creativity and my imagination.
I love that connection because I'm a creative myself. So
Yeah.
it's the same thing for me. I call my photography guy up and be like, I need a therapy session. I need to get some of this creativity out, or I can be stressed out, or things is going on, and I dive into something creative that takes me away from that moment, type of deal.
Right.
So definitely can understand that art is a remedy and how that relays over in work and then relays over in personal life. So through your journey, since we were reflecting a little bit on art, you describe your work as a reflection of your life's journey. So, how do you translate your experiences, both positive and negative, into your art or your teachings?
To my process of become who I am now, whether it's an artist or creator, I've learned that it's all about the conscious. If I project that experience as a negative way to approach life, it will be. But if I did in other way, like looking at this as a positive way, that will be great too. But to that process, I think I just remain myself because I will know that is this or that is when I successfully finish what I'm doing. Because the process will not be easy, regardless which way we go. Because a lot of time we're in the process of learning how to become what we feel inside.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, it is great. Sometimes it's amazing. Sometimes it's sad. Sometimes it's a mixed feeling. You don't even know what it is until you got
Exactly.
this is it. I got it. So therefore, I enjoy the process. And if I truly have a name for it, I will call this exploration. I'm just
Ah,
exploring it.
I like it.
Yeah.
I understand. So what you said with your style and your technique is a bit explorative with things. You mentioned that again, explorative, abstract, a freestyle of your art and how you kind of put it out on canvas or display it out into the world. How do these styles influence your storytelling through art? Since it's so expressive, how does that affect your storytelling through your art?
So my story is Poivre Art. So it's a mixture between my name and the art that I'm creating. So when it comes to freestyle, it's a direct information that I need to get out there just now.
Got you.
When it comes to abstract, it's a communication that I have with my creativity and see how much I can get into it so I could
Mm,
make it happen. But like
understand.
I say, there's a you know, a little difference between my freestyling and my abstract. So freestyling is spontaneous, like uh, I create some sort of things called poivre and also poivre langue, meaning, like I said, I speak the language of my culture. So
Mm,
by saying this, I may use, let's say, the letter A. All right. The way I wrote it, you see faces, body shape, and all of that. So
mm-hmm.
those are the freestyling part of it.
Got
The creativity of that is like it's very spontaneous, and then it's quick, and the abstract could be 5 to 7 minutes or a month, a year for me to create it because I have to gather all the information that I'm getting from the inspiration or the creativity that been talking to me. So therefore, once I get to lay it both out, it turned to be Poivre Art.
Very nice. I like the way you express that. Very understandable. Hence, is this how would you describe this? Is this one of your pop arts? Is this more freestyle? Is this more
Yeah,
abstract?
that's the freestyle right there. It's a mix of our ancestor symbols and also
Ah,
a design that I created in the computer. So I said, you know what? Let me just do that, and it turned to be like something that a lot of people like, and I enjoyed it too. You know, it's a very demanded. People want that jacket.
yeah. Now that this we're typing into your digital side and those
Yeah,
jackets. So those jackets, you're of course they're on the website and available for purchase right now. Make sure you guys go to the website so you can get you a jacket. Um, how do you, I guess, come up with the designs that you place on it? Because you said that first one had our ancestor symbols in it and you gathered
yeah.
information to add on to that. How do you get that creative process on what do you add to the jackets? It's just something that comes to you, or is it one of those moments that you have to sit and ponder on and gather that information?
Both ways, because as a creator, you know that sometimes you somewhere you get something that is bothering you, like you gotta be at your studio, you gotta be at a place to create.
Yeah.
So I call this like the unexpected feeling.
Mm.
So it's like you talking to me. It's not that I'm not paying attention to what you're saying, but I have something that tell me like you got to do this. I want you to create this for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I have to please that part of my life at any given time. So I let it open. So at any given
Understand.
time, they talk to me, say that, yo, why don't you do that? You know, and that's why I say to myself, I will not spend a day in my life not creating anything.
I love it. That makes sense though, because being a
Yeah,
creative, we got to get it out. We create
yeah,
organically
yeah,
all the time.
yeah,
So you
got to.
can't stop that. You can't
Yeah,
stifle
yeah,
it.
got to.
um, let's talk about a little bit of your community connection. In what ways do you exchange with the local community through art and your workshop?
Um, Pop ups. We mentioned workshop. Involved in helping people to understand creativity has no limits. Uh, Voluntary teach them certain things and learn from them too as well, because as a creator, we need to learn as much as we can from other people
Hmm.
that thinking that it's like a magic thing to become a creator. So we all have that in our side. So we need to understand it much better. But to do so, we need to involve. So I do anything that I can in my community to be a part of it, and also left them with my essence. You know, so that's the only thing I could give them to appreciate, to enjoy what I've done, as they give to me the grateful time and moment that they have by understand that this process is not an easy step, but we could all learning how to make it better.
I like that very much. What impact do you hope to have on others with bringing them together? Is it for educational purposes? Are you here to, again, to add more creatives to the world? What is the impact that you're trying to put out there with all your endeavors and all of your workshops and the community outreach that you do?
So I will start with educational because learning it's a non-stop process.
Understand.
You know, they are going to learn as much as they can to my craft, my style, and also myself as a person, and I will do the same. And what I will left, or what I will give them uh, to walk away with, it's who I am. To the process of my creativity, the way I am, the way I see life, and I would do the same with them because they have a lot more to teach me as well. So I guess it's a win-win situation where we both gonna have to earn something that will help us to become better.
It's a nice, even exchange. It's reciprocal of a
Yeah,
situation. I like that.
yeah.
So, you also have upcoming projects as an author since you focus on social commentary. Can you share what topics that you plan to explore in your writing and what inspired you to take this step in regards to writing?
Um, this part of my life is dedicated to my mother. That she said in Creole, "Kone mal especially," meaning what you don't know can hurt you, and what you don't know also cannot hurt
Mm,
you. Meaning that we have to learn how to know that we don't know. We have to learn
mm,
how to know that we know without knowing. Because the learning it's extend to different levels of life when we think that the way we know something it will be like a flat rate. No one knows it, but
mm.
that's not how it works. So we don't know what we don't know, and we also don't know that we know. So therefore, it's a process for me to reevaluate what I've learned, whether to school, from my past or experience, to see if there are other way to learn much more about what I've
I
known.
like that. Very nice. I like that. And then as we get older, we have a tendency to get stuck in our ways and what we was
Correct,
taught in our.
correct, correct,
So
correct,
that's
correct.
nice that you're willing to exercise the
Yeah,
brain
yeah.
yourself and divert yourself from what you're used to learn and maneuver a bit differently. Like, thank you for that. Had to add that into my Rolodex.
Yeah, good.
um, Let's see. Can you share what topics you plan on exploring in your writing and then what inspired you to take that outside of your mom? Was it something that might have happened personally? Is this just a new area in your life that you said, you know what? I'm going to test this out. I'm going to exercise this muscle and inspire those in writing by this. What actually decide what's the plan on exploring those avenues through writing?
Okay, like I said, and then we go through that in the beginning of it. What my parents have taught me to my youngest life and to my manhood, I've seen my parents, going through things strategically, you
Mhm.
know. So that made me question them, you know, and in a reference of knowing things that I think that I know better than them, I go to them
Mhm.
to re-educate myself, to understand much more about it. So that's where I get everything out and says, you know what, I think
Oh, I think we got a bit of a glitch going on here. Oh man. Well, as we get him back in, hopefully he'll come back into the chat. We were going over some of the information in regards to his writing and seeing how it inspired him and what brought him to this particular moment of life and writing. And I like the fact that he decided to say that he was really actually pivoting into something new. Us, we have a tendency that once we learn something and we feel like we learned it well, oh, you're back.
thank you, thank you. Sorry, I
Yay!
thought.
We had a small little snafu, but we
Yeah,
back
sorry
like
about
we
that,
back,
guys.
and I
Yeah,
love
yeah,
it. So
yeah.
let's keep it going. Let's talk about the resilience you have in art. How do you maintain consistency and resilience in your art practice? Because we know artists sometimes they're in and then they're gone. So how do you stay consistent? How do you stay relevant?
It's a big challenge, to be resilient and being consistent at the same time, because the social life sometimes come to be, a big obstacle for us to moving
Yeah.
forward. Uh, like again, I have to go back to my roots. I have to go back to my family, So a short story. When I was 5, and I see what's going on to my family by losing everything they have.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, in the early age, I know consistency is the best way to become yourself, to become authentic. So overall, I would say being myself, because regardless which part that I decide to go, I have to be resilient. I have to be consistent, because I'm always gonna come across bumps, obstacle, ups and down, differences, and then if I don't remain myself, how would I get out of it? So
Understand.
it's a must. Like I said, must be good, gotta be good. There's no other way.
That makes sense, because if it's not good, then a lot of us, when things go bad, we have a tendency to stop doing. You know what I'm saying? So, or when it's
It
not
could be a
what we want.
consciously bad, because the okay, so I know overall people will say, okay, what I mean consciously bad, it's like something could be bad based on your approach to it,
Yeah,
right? But what make it easy is for you to understand it, how to get out of it. Remember, we were talking about creativity and talking about a few things. How do I remain myself through the process of that? It's to know that first and foremost, we all creator. So problem solve is the biggest part of our creativity, and we
mm,
face that every day
yeah,
in our life. Is a challenge. I'm sure we have some, things we have to arrange for us to be here today. Those
exactly.
those are creativity. Those are problem solve. It's every day. So remain yourself, make you consistent, and be patient with yourself and
Uh,
passionate about what you're doing.
to be patient, I think, is what a lot of us have a tendency to
Every day.
forget. You mentioned that art is a powerful tool, right? And so for you, that basically represents you and your perspective on things. So can you share a specific experience where your art spark changed in dialogue in your community?
Very simple thing. I don't let things, stay in my circle too much.
Mm-hmm.
And thankfully and gratefully, if I went to bed now, I'll be sleeping, regardless what's going on in my life. But some days I'm wondering, a little stressed over things. And I said, you know what? I know what to do. I'm going to get the canvas. I'm just going to do it freestyle. I'm just going to do that. So for me, that type of way is a tools to help me, get out of that moment and look at it in a different way. And I also have other example that I could give. I remember I had an accident and I stuck in my house for like 4 days, but it was not bad. And I say, wow, I know like I have to move around. I say, you know what? I'm gonna give myself some type of gift. I start creating. Before
Yeah.
I know it, I was making 2 or 3 paintings. So like tools that will help you understand that that situation that you're in now, it's not permanent. All right,
Understand.
so you will go through it. All right, and then also again, I will always start with with the conscious, because for you to be realizing your situation and what you get involved to, you have to create. Thinking
Understand.
itself, it's like pick and choose, which that's a creativity. You gotta be a part of this puzzle to say, okay, I'm gonna resolve this by taking this. I think I would do this. So it's a tools that we have, but we need to know when, how to use it.
Got you. Understand. I like that. I like that. So tell me a little bit more about, you showed me something when we got on the call with the light. Tell me a little bit more about that and when you guys are gonna, I guess, display it to the world.
Yes, this is called fanal. It's like making houses, small houses. So they use it as a lamp, like I said, from the 16th and the 17th century. So, electricity was not that involved. So
Right.
people do that as a lamp to put light in the neighborhood or the village or like that. So we keep that in this holiday season to do so. So this Sunday, I was coming back from New York, and then a friend called me and said that, do you know how to do that? I said, yeah, sure. But it's been at least 30 years since I did one.
Oh,
So
wow.
then I peep into my creativity, get back to what I've learned and what I remember. Like I said, the tools again, right? So the tools is something that you use, all right, in the need of an event, all right? So I got to go back to my toolbox, and get everything that I could to create that. And I'm gonna showcase it on this Saturday at the Brooklyn Tech in downtown. So they're having an event for Christmas. So I'll be a part of it. That's pretty much it.
That is pretty cool. I love that. So, if you could leave our audience with any key insight about the importance of art in life and personal expression, what would it be?
Be yourself. Why you need to be yourself? It's because within yourself you learn when to stay strong, when to reflect on things that you do not understand. But it doesn't mean that you will not understand it later.
Understand.
So within yourself, whether you an artist, a creator, or a kite maker, whatever you do for a living, within you, you put your essence and your passion with everything that you do that remain the story of your lifetime.
Yes.
So you have to be yourself.
I love that. I love that. Outside of that, I know Lewis had a couple of pictures that he was talking to us about the bags that you have. These bags, I saw shoes on the Facebook. I saw all of these things. We haven't talked much about design curation. We did the digital art with the jackets. But let's
Yeah.
talk about the fashion design because I'm a fashion girl. And this is
Wow.
what I'm talking about. So where did you come up with this visual concept of these bags? Because I love the color pops. I love the textures like I saw in the last one. Like, how did you come up with these? And tell me a little bit more about them.
Um, I would say that if I truly know where I'm sorry, if I truly know where I get all these things, and to just tell you that I get it from this, from that, uh, it would not be the answer. But
Okay.
what I know that from my freestyling, my of making things happen at any given time. So when the comes, I say, you know what, let me do this. So I start creating until I finally feel like, okay, that's good. So what I do, I share with my partner and say, what you think about this? I like this. I love this. Sometimes I don't even share with anybody. I say, you know what? I love that. I'm going to push that out there. I do so. And for the fashion, I start doing that because I've seen my mom and my aunt creating, all right, because my mom, she's a designer as well, but she's not commercialized her craft, but my aunt did. So I've been seeing what they've been doing. I say, you know what? I need to do something like that. That's how I get to fashion.
Understand.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's how I get to it. And then when I'm looking at certain celebrities and stuff, I say, wow, that would be good in him. That would be good in her. Let me do this. That's how I start. Uh, then the bags itself, it's just like it comes along with my creativity. While I'm doing this and doing that, I feel like I need to add more accessory. I need to add this. So
Okay.
I do that. You know what I'm saying? So and then I have one of these bags right here, which is that bag.
Let me see. Let
It's
me see.
you got one.
Oh, I love that one.
Yes, that's the Sengood bag itself.
Yes.
Yeah, so then, and I start doing packaging as well. Even my boxes, I start to create my own box when I'm shipping my items and all of that. So,
Really?
like, yeah, it's like the more I do things, the more I'm create. I finally,
Oh,
doing how to do it, do my labels, whom they call, you name it, like everything that I can think of, you know.
wow. I love that.
Yeah,
That is
yeah. These are
cool.
part of my freestyle. So it was, so that's pretty much it. Yeah,
And
so
those are all like, look at the shoes. Like, look, I'm a colors person, and I love the fact that there's so many colors in your stuff.
yeah,
I'm in
yeah,
love with this. Look at
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I even used some images of the kite to make one of the sneakers.
Really?
Yeah, I do. He just posted it right here. Yeah.
That was the last one. That was from the kite to
No, the
shoe,
second
right?
one. The second
The
one. Second
second.
one. That one right here.
Oh,
That's the kite.
that is super cool. I love those
Yeah,
colors, and
that's the kite. Yeah.
it gives me vibrant, but it gives me like the old school's 80 vibes where we had all the patterns
Yes.
and the colors and things. Like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
that. I really do. And
Thank you.
again, when I saw you, seeing you in Art Basel and seeing all of this, it gave you had on a bunch of colors, you gave warm tones. Like, yes,
Yeah.
that's when I met you. Bunch of
Yeah.
colors, warm tones. You
Yeah.
gave peace, knowledgeable. Like, I appreciate all that you put out there into the world
Appreciate
through
your time too.
your
It's
heritage,
with
through the kite, through your artwork, through the digital, like everything that you put out there represents you organically. Like I said before, you just looking at you, like that is super awesome. And I
thank
appreciate
you,
you
thank you, thank
contributing
you,
to
thank
the
you,
world.
thank you.
Is there anything else you would like to? Oh, tell me a little bit about this. Lewis found this one. Tell me about this one.
Okay, that's a hoodie that I make. It called Music, and I have the bag too. So I was going to showcase a kite workshop in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
So where my director and my manager leave, that she organized that. Then I say, you know what, I have to bring a new style. So I designed this just to go there, and everybody likes it. Everybody likes it.
So, do you do custom designs also?
Yes, yes, those are my
I like
design
this one
that
too. So, what is this
that
on this one?
this one is what a jumpsuit.
Ah, so what are the markings on it? What are the words? Like, are these symbols?
Well, in the back I said, uh, inside of you, you have everything that you needed to live the best. Inside of you, you have everything that you needed to live, all right, the life you want to live and the extent that you want to with no pressure. So we don't
Ah,
have no limit. You know what I'm saying? So like even with the words, we have something to say. Even with the colors, we have something to say. And also, I'm kind of like symbolize something for Haiti that being struggle with everything that's going on here. It's called ITP for Chaque Grand Tout Temps, meaning Haiti is stronger today and greater every time. So I wear that a lot of times just to make people understand that, okay, I know most of us see something about Haiti that we don't know, but Haiti, it's all the great things that we need to learn about this country. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of like wear that in the most I would say cultural event to show people that the beauty of our culture and the militance and the resilience of
yes.
Asian people.
Yes, that is a good representation. I love the way you eloquently said that about Haiti. Very much so. Shout out to all my Haitian family and friends out there. Shout out to my homegirl Sin, my designer friend, because
Yeah.
she's Haitian also. And it seems like a lot of you guys are just embedded when it comes to creation in Haiti. Like a lot of my friends that I've met, all of them are creative people, and they pull from the inspirations of Haiti, the colors, the food. A lot of them also are like can actually do things from scratch from hands. Like you guys are some creative, talented people.
Thank you, thank you, thank
And
you.
I freaking love that. And the food is amazing. You should make me some pickles and send it. The
So big,
food
please.
is amazing.
Yeah, the
So
food
tell
was
the
yeah, the food
people,
was good.
tell
The
the
food
people
was
how
good.
they can reach out to you in regards to either getting custom designs or getting digital work or digital marketing information and signing up, like we said, for the kite class.
Well, if you go to poivre.com, which is www.pwavarts.com. So you will see everything that we do, and I also gonna give you another website that you could go
Okay.
through, which is it's more of my bio, but it's like a template. You find other information about the closing line, what I do, and who you should contact to book an event. It's Tetpawav, my first name, Tetpawav.com, Tetpawav.com. So you'll find a lot of things that we've been doing. We were recently at the Brooklyn Children's Museum, one of the very first museum of the world. We were doing a kite making workshop last week. That was phenomenal. So people loves it. And then we going to be in Philly this spring very soon.
That is super cool. I wish you guys the best on all of the endeavors when it comes
Thank you
to that.
so very
Thank you
much.
so
Thank you.
much again for pouring into the youth in a way that they don't even know how much you're pouring into them. That is super cool. I want to
Thank
say thank you so much for taking the time to have a key with Makeeta. I appreciate it. And I'll tell them how they can follow you on social media also before we get off. I need them to know
I
how to
will. I will. I will.
stay
I
tuned.
will. I will. First, I want to thank you for having me, and I'm grateful and thankful to always be a part of this community that help us understand art is not only just making art; it's also a way of learning each other and teach people we are in it, not only the artist, you as well that watching, buying, and love art. You're part of what we do.
Exactly.
So this world cannot be happen or exist, I would say, without any of us. Like the piece that I have at Bezos say, we are one. So nothing in this world can be done without any of us. Therefore, I'm so thankful and grateful for you to invite me. It's an honor to me to be here. So I appreciate it. To everyone that has a chance to watch me talking about my work. So thank you so very much. Be yourself, be authentic, and love yourself. And therefore, that love whispered all the one. So for people that want to see me or link with me in every platform, so for Facebook, it's Tetpawav Soley. Okay, so Tetpwavsoley, all right, Tetpawav Soley at Facebook and IG. It's the same Tetpawav Soley in any platforms. You'll find me TikTok Tetpawav Soley. So therefore, follow me, and I will do so. If there's anything that you want us to do in your city, wherever you are, we'll be there in a minute.
Yay! And hopefully we'll get him as a designer for my fashion show in Jacksonville, Hyphy, April
Sure,
27th.
can't wait for that. Can't wait for that. Can't wait for
I
that.
had to
Can't wait
do the
for that.
shameless plug in
So
there
I
somewhere.
already have something special to create just for that show.
I had to do the shameless plug somewhere. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, sir, again for taking the time. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. And it has been a key with Makeeta, and we're out.
Thank
Bye.
you.